Greetings everyone. This is Gaurav Bhojraj from TAPI Management Institute, Manipal. Uh, I have a 4.5 years of work experience working in the manufacturing industry, and I've also had the experience of working in, application as an application engineer in one of the manufacturing firms. So today we shall discuss the topic of Indian manufacturing industries and services related to the Indian manufacturing industry. Now, when it comes to the roadblocks of the Indian manufacturing industry, basically, when we talk about Indian manufacturing industry, it mainly and broadly consists of the SMEs. There are MNCs, and MNCs have that kind of technology and the process in place to handle economies of scale. But when it comes to SMEs basically tackle the problem of not getting to that level and not achieving the economies of scale. Basically, when we consider, there are broadly two types of of industries like in SMEs. That is, one is job specific and one is batch specific. So job specific industries are very customized in their products and solutions. So there, what you need is more to achieve more customized solutions, and in batch you need more of achieving the economies of scale. So, but both the industries face certain issues. We'll discuss the roadblocks that these companies face one by one. So when it comes to material, so basically material handling has become a major challenge for the SMEs and even for some of the big companies due to supply chain issues in India, and COVID has obviously, all the aspect that I'm going to speak, COVID has only added to the problems. So yes, so when it comes to material procurement, scheduling and supply chain logistics, all this takes time in India. Although GST had given a boost, and some boost was given, still it kind of has to have that scale to achieve the desired levels. Now, when it comes to manpower, so basically manpower is a hurdle wherein we don't have skilled manpower in India. So in major companies like for example Siemens or Bosch or many big MNCs, what they do is they provide a dedicated skill development program. But when it comes to MNCs, the workers in the MNCs do on-the-job training. So basically they learn by experience and not by training. So this is one of the major hurdles when you talk about the manpower. And manpower handling is another issue. So manpower handling, there are many costs involved in manpower handling. So basically the layoffs and the and addition of manpower is not done in a very efficient manner, which can lead to more efficient practices. So this is the hurdle in manpower handling. The third topic that we're going to talk about is basically process and the whole the manufacturing process and the technology. So the technology that we are using is not up to date when it comes to the SMEs again. And when we are looking at solutions like AI, ML and Industry 4.0, I think our industry has not evolved up to that level. So basically, when it comes to production scheduling, I was a part of maintenance. So in maintenance, what we used in one of the big companies was preventive maintenance. But even in today's age, preventive maintenance is not the thing that we are looking for. We are looking for predictive maintenance. So obviously, even the big industries need to evolve when it comes to maintenance practices, when it comes to production scheduling, when it comes to quality inspections, everything. So now when it comes to the strategies that we are supposed to follow to overcome these hurdles, basically first and foremost strategy that we should look for is training and skill development. So when it comes to labor and manpower, training and skill development needs to be given to the workers as well as mid-level managers, so that the processes are handled properly. So when the basic level of training is given to them, all they look for is basically they'll achieve efficiency. Now the second thing that comes is the material management. So now, and manufacturing management as a whole. So manufacturing management. So basically, if we keep the processes in place, if we know the monthly plans, if we know the quarterly plans, if we know the yearly plans in hand, if we have them in hand before uh, you know before the start of the year, all you can do is basically achieve those targets. So when it comes to manufacturing management, this is a very broad category where we can look at solutions such as installation of ERPs, which help us giving the production schedule, monthly production schedules, which help us in giving material management, which helps us in finance and cost accountings. So all these categories come under manufacturing management. This is one of the broadest strategy that we can use to overcome the hurdles. Then the third and most important, I think, is use of technology in the age of Industry 4.0. I mean, basically, as a maintenance engineer, when I was working, I used to actually have preventive maintenance practice in hand, and that practice basically still we faced major issues sometimes. We couldn't actually prevent the breakdowns. So basically, breakdown in where I used to work, the breakdown was almost 3%, and 3% in a 100% uptime plant is still more, I feel. So basically, what we need to move on from preventive maintenance practice to predictive maintenance practice. So now this can be done through AI/ML, and this can be done through Industry 4.0 solutions. So basically, predictive maintenance practices they involve the use of technology they leverage technology to achieve the scale. So basically, when a pump, very rare example, if a pump is giving high current, you know it beforehand. So basically, if it breaks down, you'll waste time. But if you know that it is drawing high current, you can probably replace it within time. And so this is one of the examples. So this can be done in production scheduling as well. This can be done in each and every practice, so that we achieve the economies of scale. And this is these three strategies, if we follow properly, I feel that SMEs will help. SMEs today, even today, SMEs are helping in the growth of the country. And if we give the boost to the SMEs, I think this is going to be just perfect for the Indian industry in the coming years and the coming decade. So with this, I thank you all. Thank you very much.